A small red bill clamps around a tick-swollen fat with blood, braces, and rips it clean out of the skin. It vanishes down the bird's throat in a single gulp. Then another, and another. This is a red-billed oxpecker, and it is tearing parasites out of the neck of the tallest animal on Earth. A giraffe standing 18 feet tall, so powerful that a single kick can shatter a lion's skull. The giant doesn't flinch. It doesn't run. It stands perfectly still and lets the little bird cut into its skin, because it has no idea that the bird cleaning its wounds is also drinking its blood. For now, the oxpecker is doing exactly what the giraffe needs. It hops up the neck in quick, jerky bursts, and everywhere it stops, it finds another target. A tick behind the ear, gone. A cluster at the base of a horn, torn loose one by one. On the giraffe's cheek, it finds the prize. A tick swollen to the size of a grape, so heavy with blood it can barely cling on. The oxpecker clamps down, plants its feet, and wrenches it free in one motion, the fat parasite disappearing down its throat. Then it drives into the ear itself, digging through the soft folds where the worst ones hide, while the giraffe lowers its head and lets it work. A single red-billed oxpecker can strip more than 100 ticks off a host in a single day, nearly 1.5 times its own body weight. It is a feeding machine, and the giraffe is a walking buffet. But to understand this strange truce, you have to see how bad it had gotten. For all its size, the giraffe has one helpless flaw. It cannot reach itself. Its legs are too long, its neck too stiff, its tongue built for stripping leaves, not grooming. So the ticks moved in, around its eyes, inside its ears, at the base of its horns, down the long folds of its neck, all the places it can never touch. It swung its head and strained. It flicked its ears, rubbed against thorn trees. Nothing worked. The ticks only swelled fatter, hanging in clusters, draining its blood and carrying disease deep into its body. On the ground, the giraffe was helpless. It could only wait for help to come to it. And in Africa, help is never free. That help came on wings, and it is built for this job and no other. The oxpecker's claws are sharp and scissor-like, locking onto the hide without ever breaking it. Its nostrils can seal shut against the dust. Its stiff tail props it upright like a woodpecker, as it forces its bill down through the hair to the skin. It can spend almost every hour of daylight riding a single animal, hunting, prying, swallowing, and never really stopping. To the giraffe, it must look like salvation. But the oxpecker has a secret, because the bird was never really here for the ticks. It is here for the blood inside them. And once the fat, easy ticks are gone, the oxpecker doesn't fly off full. It stays. It hunts out an old bite, a small open wound in the giraffe's skin. And instead of letting it heal, it keeps the wound open, pecking at the raw edges, drinking straight from the source. Scientists who studied these birds gave them a name darker than tickbird. They asked one simple question: is the oxpecker a cleaner or a vampire? The answer, it turns out, is both. The giraffe feels every peck. Its huge white-backed ears flick and wave, flashing signals that other giraffes can read from across the plain. It shudders its skin, shifts its weight, tries to shake the bird loose. But the oxpecker just rides the movement and digs back in. So why does the giraffe allow it? Why let a blood drinker live on your neck? The real reason has nothing to do with ticks at all. From high on that neck, the oxpecker has something the giraffe would kill for: a view. Perched 2 stories up, it can spot a lion sliding through the grass 50 or 60 meters out, long before the giraffe's own eyes ever catch it. And the moment it does, the bird explodes into a harsh, hissing alarm that means only one thing on the savanna: predator. Heads snap up across the whole herd. The ambush collapses. In parts of Africa, people gave the oxpecker a name that says everything: the guard. So here is the real bargain. The giraffe gives up a little blood and tolerates the open wounds, and in return it gets a living alarm system that never sleeps and sees everything it cannot. And the bird collects far more than a meal. As the day burns on, more oxpeckers drop in, until a whole flock is working the giraffe from ankle to ear, stripping out the last of the hidden ticks. They ride these giants all day long, and when night falls, they sleep on them too, tucked into the warm folds behind the legs. The giraffe is their food, their watchtower, and their home, all at once. And slowly, tick by tick, the raw skin that tormented it for weeks is finally picked clean. By the time the light turns gold, the giraffe stands calm, its ears at last gone still. The oxpecker sits high on its neck, full of blood, scanning the grass for the next moving shadow. From far away, it looks like friendship, the gentle giant and the little bird that keeps it clean. But nothing out here is ever that simple. The bird isn't loyal. The giraffe isn't grateful. One of them is feeding on the other, and both of them know it. This was never friendship. It's a trade. Blood for warning, a few open wounds for one more day alive. On the savanna, even the kindest looking deals are still deals, and everyone pays.